And welcome back to the channel here, everybody. Lucas from Mars, as we continue with the playoffs here in this MLB Show 20 franchise, the 2020 National League Championship Series and the American League Championship Series. Game 1, we'll have that Game 1 for you later on in the episode here, but we have the Championship Series here finally starting. The divisional rounds are over, and in this ALCS, we have a great matchup between the Atlanta Crusaders and the Little Rock Trojans, two teams with over 100 wins on their seasons, 104 and 58 versus 162, and you get to see the leaders there. Yordan Alvarez, Josh Bell on that list for the Trojans here, and Alex Young is going to face off against Jacob Junis here in this Game 1. That's the pitching matchup that we got for you. This is going to be a great game. Should be a great series here. We have only a few more episodes left of this franchise before we say goodbye to it here on the channel. But super excited to get into this game and get into these championship series games. These games may be just a little bit more important than any other games that we've really covered on this channel, as getting a look at Jacob Junis here on the mound for Little Rock. He pitched in one game already in the playoffs in 7 innings and was pretty darn good in those 7 innings. He gave up 2-3 runs, I think, and in his one start has an under 1 whip, 3 walks, and 7 strikeouts. And here we go on to the game. Top of the first, 2 down in the game right now, and Xander Bogaerts is coming on up. He's batting .316 in the postseason to this point, and that's a ground ball. That is going to be in and through center field for a base hit. So there's a single for Xander. Bogaerts gets on here in the first inning, and now it's Justin Scott coming up. Justin Scott batting .333 in this postseason so far. 3 ribbies in the postseason here. Remember, the Crusaders taken to the brink of elimination by the Sharks in their divisional round. Meanwhile, the Little Rock Trojans taken to the edge by the Blue Sox in their divisional games, as trying to steal second base is Bogaerts, but Campusano from his knees throws a strike to second base to get the out. Great play there by Luis Campusano, when they get Xander Bogaerts by quite a bit there at second base. One of the better catchers in the league is Campusano. And now it's Alex Young, and Alex Young was excellent in his first start in the postseason. 1-0 record, a 1.29 ERA, only gave up 1 run, I think, in 7 innings. Only 4 hits, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. He was excellent, so definitely a good pitcher here to face off against a really good lineup here in the Little Rock Trojans batting order. 389 average by Willie Adames with a home run and an RBI in this postseason. He fouls that 1-2 pitch away over into the seats down the right field line. Now here comes a 1-2 pitch by Young. It's a swing and a miss. Gets him swinging there, and that's the first strikeout of the game. And looking at this postseason brackets, you get to see what transpired, what led these teams to this matchup. Again, 2 Game 5s that we had for you, or 3 Game 5s that we had for you in the last episode, but both of these teams have already had to play 5 games in the postseason. So now Yordan Alvarez here with 2 out in the bottom of the first, as that ball misses for ball 3. And now 10 pitches here in this at bat, and this is pitch number 11, full count. Pitch here to Alvarez is swung on and missed. An 81-mile-an-hour slider below the knees. That was a great pitch there to Alvarez. Cannot handle it, and that is the end of the first inning. So a couple of strikeouts by Alex Young there in the first. Now we go to the top of the second inning here. 0-1 count with a man on first base, as there's a ground ball. This is certainly going to be 2. Yes, it will. A double play, and a pretty easy one at that to end the top of the second inning, as 2 hits through 2 innings for Atlanta, but have not gotten on the board just quite yet, and a good turn there by the Little Rock infield. So we go bottom of the second. Here is Shohei Ohtani coming on up to the plate. And Ohtani batting .300 in the playoffs. A couple of ribbies. .333 on base. He's gotten, he's walked once. He's gotten a few hits. He's been pretty good in the postseason so far. And he takes that pitch there at the knees for strike 2. And now here comes a 1-2 pitch. It's another swing and a miss. Ohtani at an 85-mile-an-hour pitch there. High and tight. And how about 3 strikeouts in a row from Alex Young here now? As, man, these hitters are getting fooled right now. Now it's Josh Bell. He's 1-2 to him. He's a swing and a miss. Another strikeout. Number 4 for Alex Young here so far. And the 4th K in a row as now Royce Lewis comes up. Lewis batting .294 with a home run and a few RBIs. First pitch to him. He swings at it and he flies it into the outfield, then into left. And that is going to be caught out there by Jesse Winker. And so how about a great start to this game by Alex Young. 4 strikeouts already through 2 innings. Now we go top 3. Koni Cavaco up. Not hitting very well in the playoffs so far. And an 0-2 to him is way outside for ball 1. Jacob Junis so far. A good first couple of innings here in this ball game. And now he's going to lean in for the 1-2. And a swing and a miss. A pretty similar pitch right there at 83. And that off-speed pitch gets him swinging there. That's a strikeout for Junis. His first of the game. As that is ball 1 below the knees to Shea Langoliers, who's only gotten 1 or 2 hits or this entire playoffs. I think that's only been 1 hit for him in the entire postseason. He's kind of struggled at the dish in the playoffs, but he will send a drive into the outfield there. That ball's fair, and that ball's down into the corner. And going to second is Langoliers, so he will get a double. His first extra base hit of the postseason. And another hit here for Atlanta. They put another man on base. And they've been able to get hits against Junis, but so far I've not been able to bring anybody home. Let's see if that changes here in the top of the 3rd. 2-2 count now to Alex Young, the pitcher, who almost gets hit there. He has to dive back towards the batting box of the Trojans here, and now the count is run full. The 3-2 is on the corner for strike 3. That was a great pitch by Junis. And yeah, it is the pitcher, but still a great pitch and still a strikeout. And a monster one at that. Now 2 down here in the inning. And it's Brian Reynolds trying to score that runner. And he swings at a 3-1. Fly ball, but it's going to be caught by Ohtani in left. And that will end the inning. So the Crusaders get an extra base hit. They get a man on, but have not scored yet. Through the top of the 3rd, we still are scoreless. Here we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning now. 2-2 count. New Capusan, I believe, who's up now. And that is a ball inside for ball 3 as Jacob Junis, the pitcher, sitting on deck here. Count is run full. In this one now as here we go, leaning in here, and we'll see what he throws. I expect an off-speed pitch probably here in this full count. Offering, and it is ball 4 just outside, and it was an off-speed pitch, but one that misses the zone and misses the plate. As that will set up a perfect bunt situation here for the pitcher. And let's see what happens here. They're going to certainly ask Jacob Junis to lay down a bunt here in the first pitch. And there he goes. But it's a hard bunt right to the 3rd baseman. Then they get 1 and they get 2. A double play. So not really what you want there out of your bunts as Jacob Junis bunts it really hard right to the 3rd baseman who, took it. And Miguel Geraldo just flipped it over to second base. And they get a pretty simple double play there. So now 2 down with a man at 3rd for Kevin Newman. He was only batting 190 in the postseason, 0 for 1 in this game. A base hit here would get somebody on the scoreboard. The 2-2 is a swing and a miss. Inside slider, and that was a nasty pitch by Alex Young to get the third out of the inning. No chance to hit that one from Kevin Newman, and at the end of 3, still without a score. So we go now into the top of the 4th, or in the bottom of the 4th, excuse me, and Yonan Alvarez is coming up 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the first, batting 300 in the postseason, and he swings and misses at that 0-2 pitch. Slider has been on point so far for Alex Young in this game. Now the 0-2, it's there on the corner. It's down at the knees for strike 3. That ball was super close, and that ball was a little bit borderline. Looked a tad bit low there, but it gets the strikeout, and Alvarez just can look at the umpire. That's all he can do. Strikeout number 6 tonight for Alex Young, and now it's Shohei who will fly one into center. Or no, not fly one. That's a ground ball. What am I looking at? That's a ground ball to short. And that's the end of the 4th. So only 4 hits combined in this game, and we have a pitcher's duel here in game 1 of this series. Now I go top 5, man on base here, 1 away for Jacob Junis. Ground ball, and that is a line. It was a line drive that was caught by the third baseman, and the runner was on the move, and that is a double play. So Jacob Junis, I mean, only 1 or 2 strikeouts in this game, but he has been very effective. Scoreless through 5 innings, now halfway home, and we have a tie game, no score right now. Josh Bell coming on up here to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning. And a 2-0 count here, a good count, and that is going to be an even better count now, as that is inside for ball 3. So 3-0, Royce Lewis on deck. Alex Young hoping to avoid his second walk of the game, and he will not, as a 4-pitch walk to Josh Bell. That one was way outside, and here we go now. We put a man on, as only the second or third base runner of the game by Little Rock. Now it's Royce Lewis. 0 for 1 in the game. He's got a man on base here now, though. Now let's see what happens on this 0-1. It's a line drive. That's going to be over the glove of the first baseman and into the gap. And all the way to third goes Josh Bell. And it's second and third and nobody out. What a monster spot here. The go-ahead run is 90 feet away. The 0-2 is a swing and a miss. Jason Dominguez cannot catch up to it, and that's a monster strikeout right there. 1 down in the inning, and now we're going to get an intentional walk. He would have set up a force at every single base and put the bases loaded. So Campusano walks, and man, what a unfortunate time for Jacob Junis, the pitcher, to come on and hit now with the bases loaded and 1 away. As here comes a 1-2, and it's a hit ball that's hit pretty well, but it's right to the shortstop. And that is the second out. So now it comes all the way down to Kevin Newman, who's got to get a hit here. 0 for 2 in this game, but not a bigger chance to score a run right now. Bases loaded, 0-2 count here with 2 away, and it's a ground ball to third, and that is going to take care of the inning. And how about that? Second and third, nobody out. Bases loaded, and they do not score there. And we go into the top of the 6th, still nothing. There's a ground ball. This could be another double play, and it is. My goodness, that's the third one of the game, it gotten by Jacob Junis, who again has not been striking out many people tonight, but has been brilliant. Now we go bottom of the 6th, and it's still no score. 2 down in the inning. Shohei Ohtani is up, and he looks at strike 3 called. And they give him the benefit of the doubt on a pitch that was, I mean, right at the top of the zone, and maybe a little bit high. And that's strikeout number 8 for Alex Young tonight, and we are going to go all the way into the 7th here, and we have no score. Jesse Winker coming on up. He's 0 for 2 in the game so far, and Jacob Junis looking to continue what has been an excellent performance so far. As a 1-0 count now to Jesse Winker. Here it comes, and it's inside for ball 2. So a hitter's count right now to Jesse Winker. Here comes the 2-0. It's a swing and a drive. Up, and away, and it is gone! Jesse Winker will break the tie here in the 7th inning. It's 1-0 Atlanta. A solo blast, and the Crusaders on the board first. Winker knew it right away. 112 miles an hour, exit velo, and a ball that was set way out there, and hang time before 5.57 seconds, and a 420-foot blast into right field, as that is going to be it for Jacob Junis tonight. An excellent game, an excellent performance here on the road, or actually at home. He was the home pitcher here. An excellent performance at home, and I mean, only 4 hits and 1 home run, and then 1 run, a couple of strikeouts, but he was unbelievable in this game. And now it's up to the bullpen here and the offense for Little Rock to try and get back in the game. Peter Carver comes on in, 3.2 innings and scoreless baseball for him, as there's a line drive and into the outfield, and a base hit for the batter for Bryce Harper, who gets on base here in this one. Now a man on, as here comes Miguel Geraldo, 0 for 2 in the game. The fly out and a ground out, only batting .211 in the postseason. And here comes the pitch to Carver, leaning in, as Geraldo swings and drives it, and it's over the glove of Ohtani and left. That's to the wall. Here comes Harper. He's around third, and he's going to score. Throw is offline, not in time. Geraldo into second base. That's an RBI double, and a lead, and the lead extends here 2-0 Atlanta. So Miguel Geraldo gets it just over the glove of the outfielders, and not really a chance to get Harper at home. 2-0 Atlanta. And now Peter Carver looking to get out of the inning, and he does. Strike 3 to Cavaco, who just looks at it. But man, what an inning from Atlanta. 2 runs here in the middle of the 7th, and it is 2-0 here in Little Rock Stadium as we go into the 7th inning stretch. 2 down in this inning now. 102 pitches for Alex Young, as up comes the batter here, and he will check his swing there. 1-0 count here to Jason Dominguez. Pitch number 104 for Alex Young, and a swing and a ball hit deep into the outfield. There goes the outfield, and that ball is gone! Solo home run, Jason Dominguez drives one out of here to make it 2-1 in the 7th. And what a swing by Dominguez, his first homer of the playoffs. Makes it 2-1. And Little Rock is on the scoreboard here in the 7th inning in this one. Only 392, but hitting off the banner there in left field. And just like a home run ended the night for Jacob Junis, a home run in the 7th will end the night for Alex Young, who only gave up 3 hits, I believe, and only 1 run, with 8 strikeouts and 7.2 innings pitched. He was unbelievable. And now it's Coney Kello, who's gotten 7 strikeouts into 0 walks in 4 innings. 4 perfect innings for him so far. He's been excellent out of the bullpen for Atlanta. Now trying to hold the lead here in the 7th. As it's a ground ball over to second base, and that will end the inning. But, man, compared to the first 6 innings, an offensive explosion here from these two teams in the 7th. As the Trojans make it a 1-run game off the bat of Jason Dominguez here. 2-1 as we go into the 8th. So here we go, a pitching change and a double switch issued by the manager as Peter Carver comes off the mound, and into the game is Luis Acevedo. 2.2 innings scoreless so far in the playoffs, a 1-0 record. 3 strikeouts to 1 walk here, and he will start the inning off with Shea Langoliers, who's been 2 for 2 in this game, a double and a single, raising that average to 176 in the postseason. And let's see what he does here in this top of the 8th, with the Crusaders now up 2-1. Swing and a drive, and he's going to get his 3rd hit of the game, as that ball is a roller all the way to the wall. And Langoliers, how about him? He only had 1 hit going into this game, and he's got a couple of doubles and 3 total hits on the night. And he's in scoring position once again. And now here comes a swing by Otto, and that ball's going to drop. That ball's going to go into the outfield, and Langoliers will come around and score. Pinch hitter Jose Martinez has just made it a 2-run game again. 3-1. So a pinch hitter, the guy that came in on the double switch earlier in the game, earlier in this inning, Jose Martinez, his first hit of the playoffs, makes it 3-1. As they get on it, score off of Acevedo, and that ball now is driven by Winker, and that ball is jailed into the wall. And the runner on first had to hold up there, but now second and third, 1 away. And Jesse Winker with an extra base hit. The Crusaders right now getting an offensive explosion right now. They have gotten on the board here and now looking to add on. I mean, they can take this game out of reach right now with a big hit, as they are going to intentionally walk Xander Bogaerts to set up a double play possibility. Acevedo struggling right now, and it looks like they're going to take him out of the game, as here comes Luke Jackson on to the mound. And in 3.1 innings, he's been okay, not necessarily great out of the bullpen, but a monster scenario here. He's got to hold the lead right now. 3-1, bases loaded, only 1 man out. And here is Justin Scott, 0 for 3 in the game. Looking to wipe that 0 for 3 right away here now, in a big spot to do it in. Here comes the pitch from Jackson, and it's a ground ball, and exactly what they needed to get right there is what they get, a double play. So the intentional walk, perfect, and a double play ends the 8th. Man, a big gut punch to Atlanta, and that gives you some confidence now if you are Little Rock. Here is Connor Scott coming in off of the double switch earlier in the game, and he gets hit. He gets hit on the toe there, it looks like, just barely by that pitch from Keone Kellis. So now a man is on base here in the tying run, coming to the plate in the form of Kevin Newman, batting only 174 in the postseason, 1 for 3 in this game. Couple of home runs for him so far. And the 2-1 is a ball outside. So a 3-1 count. The perfect count right now to jump on some kind of a pitch. Here comes the 3-1 to Newman. It is swung on and crushed. Down the line, if it's fair. It's off the pole and gone. Kevin Newman. 2-run home run. And his 3rd of the playoffs, have tied the game at 3. Oh, unbelievable. What a great couple of innings right now from these offenses, who have suddenly woken up with the bats. And Kevin Newman getting that ball just down the line, a 381-foot line drive home run. And it's 3-3 now in the bottom of the 8th. A game that was scoreless going into the 7th. What a game we have here in Game 1. Jose Leclerc comes on in the pitch now, and this is his first appearance in the playoffs, it looks like. Was pretty decent in only 21 innings, but it was pretty decent in the regular season, although the whip was not in the right place. A 1.62 whip is pretty high there, but can he get it out? And that is a fly ball. That's pretty deep into center. On the run, and making the catch is Brian Reynolds. Pretty great catch right there to end the inning, but not before a monster home run from Kevin Newman. What a blast. And it's a 3-3 game, end of the 8th, and we're right back to where we started. Have no idea who's going to win this game now. 2-2, swing and a miss. Luke Jackson with a beautiful high fastball there to get the batter, to get the big batter there in Bryce Harper. Now it's the pinch hitter, Rowdy Tellez, who comes on up here, and he will swing and foul that pitch away. The 1-1, and now it's 1-2. As Luke Jackson again leaning in and looking for a big pitch here with the man on first base, and it's a swing and a miss. And Rowdy Tellez again strikes out. Well, not again, him striking out, but Luke Jackson with another K, and there's a grounder. That's going to be stopped. And we will go, and in the bottom of the 9th, tied at 3. The Little Rock Trojans searching for a walk-off here, and what I would believe would be the first walk-off of the playoffs. I don't think we had a walk-off in any of the games in the National League Divisional round. Maybe you had one walk-off game, I'm not sure exactly, but here's Benjamin Jose coming on in the game. He's pitched 4 innings so far in the playoffs, and he's been pretty decent. So let's see what he does. Bottom of the 9th, trying to hold the game and to go into extras. We have had, I think we've had 1 or 2 extra inning games in the playoffs, as that's a swing and a miss. Beautiful pitch there by Jose, and that is the first out of the 9th. As, man, a nasty inside pitch right there, and could not catch up to it at all. And now a 2-2 count, as that is outside for ball 3 on the slider. Campusano sitting on deck here, but now the count is run full, trying to not put the winning run on base. And let's see, here comes the 3-2 pitch. It is a swing and a miss. And Gosman here coming on as a pinch hitter, strikes out there. Benjamin Jose has been brilliant. 2 strikeouts since coming out of the bullpen. And now Luis Campusano, line drive right to the second baseman, and that is going to be the end of the inning. So here we go on into extras in this one, end of the 9th, and we go on to the 10th, tied at 3 apiece. Top of the 10th inning, and Johan Lopez coming on in the game. This is a questionable spot here. Johan Lopez, not a great pitcher, not a great guy out of the bullpen. He's given up a run in his 1 inning that he's pitched in the playoffs, and it was not great in the regular season, but that is strike 3 called to Brian Reynolds. I mean, especially with the top of the order, definitely a big risk to put Lopez in, but he gets a massive K there and gets a huge out, and out 2 down in the inning. And here is Jesse Winker, who swings and winds it right to the second baseman, Kevin Newman, playing in the shift there. And a big inning and a big hold right there by that pitcher. As now we go into the bottom of the 10th, and here is Willy Adames. 0 for 4 in this game, but still batting .318 in the postseason. Benjamin Jose still pitching here. And it's there for strike 3 as Adames, for some reason, looking at that pitch, certainly not a pitch to look out there. I was right down the middle, pretty much. And Benjamin Jose, how about 3 strikeouts since coming in the game? And how about another extra inning of free baseball? So now Robert Gisselman is pitching on the mound, or not Gisselman. That's a strikeout of Justin Scott. A beautiful pitch inside, on the inside corner. Is that just, I don't know. I can't remember who that reliever is there. That might be Gisselman, but a great pitch. As here is Bryce Harper up now. And he will swing and miss. Another strikeout of Bryce Harper. That's his second or third time striking out today. And another perfect inning here by the Little Rock pitching staff here. Little Rock bullpen has been brilliant, holding the lead right where it's at. As we go into the bottom of the 11th inning, we're going to have a pitching change here. We're going to have a double switch, another one in this game, the third one of the game, I think. As here comes Daniel Davis. Pitched an inning in the playoffs and was perfect in that inning besides a walk. So here we go. A monster spot here trying to end the game right here. Here's Luis Hamill, who came on in the game or later on in the game, but he didn't start this game. 0 for 1 in this one so far. And Hamill swings and drives one. That's going to be a base hit up the middle. So there is your winning run on base, standing on first. The pinch, the substitution in Luis Hamill. Guy doesn't get to start very much, but a guy who's got great hitting stats and contact, and a guy that can get on base for you when you need him to. Now here comes the pitch. It's Shohei Ohtani up. Swings and drives it. That ball's hit well into the gap in right center. That ball's down. Hamill's got some speed. He's around third. He's coming home. And the throw to the plate is not going to be in time. This game is over. Shohei Ohtani has won it. And the Trojans taking one in extra innings, 4-3. Man, oh man, what a game. What a win. Shohei Ohtani has given the Trojans a 1-0 series lead. Not a terrible pitch by Daniel Davis either. It was just hit perfectly into the gap, and the speed of Luis Hamill got it done. Wow. What a game that was. A game where, I mean, all the scoring happened in the 7th and 8th innings, besides, obviously, the walk-off hit. Jason Dominguez getting the player of the game. Interesting. Could have given it to Kevin Newman. Could have given it to Shohei Ohtani. But they give it to Jason Dominguez, who, of course, he hit a home run in this game. But the 2-run home run by Kevin Newman was ridiculously important as well in the 8th inning. But I guess Jason Dominguez was 2 for 3, an RBI and a run scored. But man, what a game. What a game that was. Super, super exciting opener. And man, I mean, 3-4 the final score. And I know it's a very long one game to sit through. But man, these are playoff games, man. These are very, very important games. And I wanted to give you the whole game, basically. And what a game. I love calling these really close postseason games like this. This is really awesome to do. And now we go into the American League Championship Series here with the Reapers and the Red Wings. And the Red Wings, if you remember, I mean, they swept a 105-win Diablos team. So how much of a chance do the Reapers have in this series here against the 101-win Red Wings? I think that's the question that you got to ask, and I'm not honestly sure how much of a chance we have that the Reapers have, but they did beat a 106-win team in their divisional round, so anything is possible here. 88-74 record versus 101 record, as we have Kobe Allard pitching against the ace here for Alaska and Luis Castillo. But a great shot here of the American League Championship Series logo, as we hope to get this game started and get this series started here. Like these jerseys, both of these teams have some pretty decent unis, and just an interesting series. I think certainly you give the advantage to the Little Rock, or not Little Rock, not the different series. Certainly give the advantage to Alaska, but I mean, we've seen already this team here in Houston has a fighting spirit for sure. And Luis Castillo on the mound was pretty decent. 6 innings, 3 ERA, and 1.17 whip. He was all right in his first start of the playoffs way back in the divisional round versus the Diablos. So here is Luis Robert to start off the game. And the 0-1 is a swing and a miss. on a high fastball there at 97, 0-2 count. Luis Castillo looking to get this game started off on the right foot, and the 1-2 is a swing and a miss. Oh man, a nasty fastball way inside. That was a pretty bad pitch to swing out there by Robert. No chance at all at hitting that one, and that will be the first out of this game. One away now for Andrew Vaughn, who swings at the 2-0 and grounds it over to second. That's going to end the game, and that will set up this lineup here. Let's take a look at what this lineup looks like for Houston and the averages here. You got Luis Robert, Andrew Vaughn, Chris Bryant has been excellent in the postseason, batting .364. Paul Young, Willing Contreras, who's batting .400 right now. Julio Nunez, Michael Conforto, Anthony Santander, and Eugenio Suarez. So here's Chris Bryant, batting .364. He's been incredible in this playoffs, but that is a swing and a miss at a fastball basically right down the middle. So not a pitch that Castillo wants to be throwing very often in this game, but he gets away with it there. And so that is the end of the top of the first. No score, no hits, as the Alaska Red Wings come to the plate. And here's Kobe Allen on the mound for Houston, and all 5 innings and a 3.6 ERA. He was all right in his first postseason start here, and a pretty decent pitcher overall in the regular season. Going to be facing off against the second best lineup in the American League here in Alaska. And here is Ahmed Azario, who has not been very good in this postseason. One of the few hitters that struggled for Alaska in the playoffs, only batting .143 with only 1 RBI so far. So he's kind of struggled in this playoffs for sure. But here it comes now, a 1-0, and Rosario pops it up back behind the plate, and Contreras making the grab to get the first out. As Rosario walks back to the bench, we'll take a look at the lineup here for Alaska. You've got Anderson Tejada batting .385. He's been excellent. Gino Navarro batting .308. Trey Mancini has been the player of the postseason for the Red Wings, batting .429. Miguel Andujar batting very well, and the rest of that lineup there. So certainly this lineup has been very, very good in the postseason so far, and that is a double play to end the bottom of the first, as end of 1 here, no score. We go bottom of the second inning here, and here's Trey Mancini, who has been ridiculously good in the postseason. I mean, the .429 average, already has hit 4 home runs and has 9 RBIs and a 1.7 near 1.2 OPS so far in the postseason. Here comes a 2-2. That's a swing and a miss. Nice pitch on that cutter, and it gets a strike out and a swing and a miss from the best hitter on the team in Trey Mancini. That was a really, really good pitch at the knees, and Mancini not able to catch up to it. So now Michael Ciani, who's been batting .500 in the postseason, he pops it up behind the dish, and that is the third out of the inning. Contreras has been responsible for a couple of outs already. As we go into the second, Alaska with 1 hit, but neither team with a run. Top of the fourth, 3-1 to Andrew Vaughn, and that's a swing and a miss on a fastball, and it looks like we might have a pitcher's duel brewing already here in this game 1 as well, as Castillo looking and leaning in to Vaughn. Here comes the 0-1, and it's a there for strike 3. Circle change on a great location right there, and the third strikeout for Castillo makes it 1 out here in the 4th inning. So now here's Chris Bryant, 0 for 1 in the bowl game, and with a strikeout back in the 1st inning. Still batting .348 in the postseason, and now a 3-0 here as Castillo falling behind in this at bat. There's a line drive, and that is going to drop and bounce off the wall for just a base hit. As it looked like that could have been a double, but it ends up just being a single. As a good rally by the outfielders there, and that is ball 4 to Paul Leon. So a couple of base runners on here, and a good opportunity for Houston to get on the scoreboard here in this game. 2 men on, Now 2 men out for Renato Nunez, who hasn't been hitting very well in the playoffs, but he's got a runners on base now, and that's a ground ball. Stopped by the first baseman, a toss over to Castillo, and he will take care of it for the final out of the top of the 4th. So, middle of the 4th inning, and both teams with 1 hit. That was the first hit of the game by Houston. And we go now top of the 5th with Michael Conforto coming on up. Batting 160. He remember had that massive 3-run home run in the divisional round in Game 5. That was the key hit that brought Houston into this series. Then 0-for-1 in this game. Here comes the 2-2 by Castillo. Nasty curve. Nasty circle change down below the knees in the dirt. Conforto, no chance right there. That's the 4th strikeout of the game from Castillo. And now it's Anthony Santander here with a 1-2 count and 2 away. That's a ground ball, and there's another single. That's the 2nd hit of this game by Houston here in the top of the 5th. And there you get a look at Castillo. 4.1 innings, only 2 hits allowed, a couple of walks, and 4 strikeouts. Does already have 82 pitches on his pitch count right now. So now it's Eugenio Suarez. Here comes a 2-2. Swing and a miss on a fast 4-seam fastball for strike 3. And there's number 5 in this game for Luis Castillo tonight. Way behind it there. And a beautiful fastball pitch there to get the out. So now Luis Robert is going to send a ball into the outfield. And that ball is going to get down for another single. So 3rd hit of the game here for Houston. Couple men getting on base, and a nice hit by Luis Robert, dropping it in to left, and that is going to be the end of the game. And they end up taking out the pitcher here. They're taking out Castillo, who only pitched 4.2 innings in this one, gave up 3 hits, no runs, but 5 strikeouts. And I mean, the pitch count was, pretty high for Castillo, but an interesting decision to be made right there by bringing your ace pitcher out of the game, and they bring in Matthew Liberatore, who immediately comes out of the bullpen and walks Andrew Vaughn. So I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that decision. I think you should have let Castillo try and pitch at least the 5th. But now it's Chris Bryant with the bases loaded. Here comes a 2-1. It is there on the corner in the strike zone for strike 2. 2-2 count here. Chris Bryant has a massive situation right here now. And Liberatore leaning in, getting the signal, getting the pitch. The 2-2 is a ground ball. Shortstop is there, and the throw to first is in time. Good pick by the first baseman. That's going to be the end of the 5th inning, or end of the top of the 5th inning. And man, what an excellent opportunity to get on the scoreboard right there. Gone by the wayside by the Reapers. They load up the bases, and they do not score. So we are in the top of the 6th. That's a strikeout and a pitch that I admit was pretty inside by Topol the Young. That certainly gave him the benefit of the doubt, and that pitch was, we get a really good look at it here, and yep, that pitch was outside. Doesn't even touch the plate, but it's just strike 3. And now Ramiro Nunez with a man on base. Swings and drives one into the gap. That ball's down into left center. Over to third base goes the runner. And they're going to hold the runner right there at third. And again, Houston getting base runners on now. And you're running out of time to be able to score these runners here. And now it's Michael Conforto. And he swings through that pitch. 1-2. Now as Conforto 0 for 2 in the game. Already has 1 strikeout on his record. So here we go, trying to avoid it. I mean, just a fly ball with score on. The 1-2 is a swing and a miss on a slider down in the dirt. Not a good pitch to swing at. And they're going to walk Anthony Santander now to set up a force at any base. And oh boy, another bases loaded opportunity here for Houston. They had the bases loaded with 2 away in the last inning. They have the bases loaded here with 2 away in this inning as well. Now it's Eugenio Suarez up to him. He's got to score this run, or at least get something here on the board in the 6th inning in the pitcher's duel. The 1-1, a little slow chopper, picked up by Rosario, and he goes home with it. And that is going to be that's going to be safe, and a run will score for Houston. So that's how the first run of the game gets put on the scoreboard. A fielder's choice. Ahmed Rosario, for some reason, thinking he could get the out there and home, but certainly could not with that pitch. It was hit too slowly. And that is going to be the end of the top of the 6th. But, man, Houston, how about it? They're now ahead by 1. And, man, Alaska has been just shut down on offense by Kobe Allard. And we haven't shown you much of Kobe Allard's pitching performance in this game, but just to assure you, he has been unreal in this game for Houston. Only has allowed 2 hits in this game, and I mean, he's only struck out 1 guy so far, but he has been pitching lights out. Anderson Dahani here with 2 outs in the 6th, with a man on, and it's a fly ball into center field, and that's going to be caught. So Kobe Allard not getting it done with striking everybody out, but just not giving up a lot of hard contact at all right now. And he has thrown 6 scoreless innings. So we got another unbelievably close game. Another epic pitcher's duel here in this game 1. And that's a strikeout as, man, another pitch inside that gets called strike 3 by this umpire. And his zone, a little bit too big, I think, for my liking, as now it's Paul DeYoung. 0 for 2 with a walk. Here comes a swing, and he fouls that pitch off. Liberatore still pitching. It has been pretty effective so far. Now Paul DeYoung looking at a 1-2 count. And he swings and misses. And that's a beautiful off-speed pitch, only 74 miles an hour. But man, okay, Liberatore getting a few strikeouts there. And they're going to bring in Raul Ramirez here out of the bullpen after Liberatore gives up a base runner. As Ramirez, 1.1 innings of scoreless baseball so far in the playoffs. And with the man on first and second here is Romero Nunez. As again, base runners on here for Houston, trying to extend the lead. I don't think a 1-run lead is safe at all for when you're playing a team like Alaska. Right on the warning track, the catch is made by Ciani. And that's rough. That was almost a 3-run homer. But now we go into the bottom of the 7th inning here. Game still standing at 1-0. Now it's Trey Mancini, who hits a fly ball and a ball into the gap. That ball's down and off the wall. And only the 2nd hit of the game for Alaska to this point. As there is an extra base hit and a man in scoring position for Seth Beer, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. And here comes a 1-2. It's a swing and a miss. Only Allard's 2nd of the game, but what a monster strikeout that was to get the end of the 7th. 4 hits by Alaska, 5 for Houston, and Kobe Allard. Beautiful 7th inning, and what a game he's pitching right now. Scoreless through 7 with only 4 hits allowed. Now it's A.J. Minter. Comes on in the top of the 8th, and Santander cannot catch up with that cutter. Way late on, and that's strike 3 for a strikeout of the game by Minter here. Coming out of the bullpen. And now it's Eugenio Suarez. In a pitcher's duel 1-0 game. Ground ball to second base, or to shortstop, and that's going to be the end of the top of the 8th inning. So Houston unable to hold on, and I just do not feel comfortable at all with a simple 1-0 lead against a lineup like this. Certainly do not feel comfortable at all with that. As we go bottom of the 8th, still on the mound here, but guys in the bullpen. Ciani coming up to the plate, 0 for 2 in the game. Allard has only 83 pitches in this game right now. He's been so efficient as well. And a 2-2 to Ciani is a ball down below the knees in the dirt. Willie Gonzalez sitting on deck here. But now a full count pitch here to Ciani. Let's see what happens. As it is, does he go? He does not. And it's ball 4. So a walk puts a man on here in the bottom of the 8th, and that's the tying run as Willie Gonzalez coming on to the dish. 0 for 2 in this game, and that looks like it's going to do it and be the end of the game for Kobe Allard. What a game. I mean, 7 innings, 4 hits allowed, a couple of walks, only 2 strikeouts, but ridiculously great game. I mean, 7 scoreless innings. He is responsible for the man at first base, and it's up to the bullpen now to hold the lead right where it is. Durbin Feltman has pitched a lot in this postseason already, and he's been very good in 5 innings so far here in the playoffs. 1 for 1 in save opportunities, in fact, actually. But he's got the bottom of the order, and here's Willie Gonzalez, who looks at strike 3, basically right down the middle. Certainly not the pitch you want to be looking out there. And here is Riley Bell up now, and that's a ball fouled away back to the screen. As here we go, a 1-1 pitch to Riley Bell is swung on and crushed way back into left field. Oh, that ball is long gone. Riley Bell with a 2-run homer, and Alaska has the lead here in the 8th. It's 2-1. Oh my, what a swing by Riley Bell. The catcher who hadn't done much in the divisional rounds just made the biggest hit of the game, and look at where this ball went. He knew it right away. 425 feet, way back in the seats and left. My, oh my, was that ball crushed. And there's a strikeout by Rosario for strike 3. And you get a good look at the line. Allard is going to be responsible now for one of those 2 runs that just scored in that home run. Only 2 Ks, but 7 innings, only 4 hits. I mean, he had a ridiculous game. But now, if you're Houston, you're 3 outs away from losing this ball game all of a sudden after that home run. And that's a swing, and a ball belted up to center field. That's going to be caught. And that's the end of the 8th inning. But now, the Alaska Red Wings 3 outs away from their 4th win of the playoffs here. And a 2-1 lead now for Alaska. As man, oh man, that ball was crushed. Unbelievable. What a game we have here. Roberto Osuna coming on in, and this is his first playoff appearance of this season, and in 63 innings, I mean, ridiculous numbers. A 102 whip, a 1.71 ERA, 46 saves, and 53 opportunities. It doesn't get much better than Roberto Osuna for you to close out games, and that's, I mean, Houston has got to face a tough task in this game if they want to come back. But luckily for them, the top of the order is up, and luckily for them, Luis Rivera gets his 2nd hit of the game, a ground ball into the outfield. So there you go, you have the tying run on base. Here is Andrew Vaughn now, as going to second and trying to steal. The bag is Rivera, and he gets into second base really easily there. A great jump, and of course the speed is almost unparalleled, and he's now in scoring position. So you got a chance here if you're Houston. As here's the 3-2 to Addison Vaughn, and it's a strikeout. Strike 3 called. Monster first out for Osuna, and now it's Chris Bryant, who is 1 for 4 in the game to this point, batting .346 in the playoffs. And now a 2-2 to him is swung on and missed on a pitch way outside the zone. And now down to their final out. Here's Paul DeYoung. The first pitch, swing and a fly ball into the outfield. There's Navarro, makes the catch, That's the bowl game, and Alaska holds on to win it here at home. They take game 1, 2-1. And what an impressive pitcher's duel here in this game, as the monster swing, of course, by Riley Bell in the bottom of the 8th inning. The one hit that separates this game from a win to a loss. And wow, what a game this was. I mean, crazy pitcher's duel here in this one. And jeez, we got a couple of great games for you. What an episode we have here, as one of the best episodes that I've ever recorded, honestly, because those two games were both unbelievable. As Alaska, man, 2-1, close, tight victory in this one, and they were 4-0 so far in the playoffs. But the home team takes the game ones, both of them here, one via walk-off, the other via a monster home run in the 8th inning. As Riley Bell, of course, the player of this bowl game. I mean, you hit the go-ahead home run in the 8th inning like that, only responsible for both of the 2 runs. I think certainly you're going to be the player of this game, As that's going to be it for me, everybody. As we will continue on with these playoffs. Later, we have 2 more episodes of the championship series here. But guys, I'm just thank you so much for watching this one here, and have a great holiday season. I'll have one more episode. This episode will go up before I leave. I leave to go back home and go back to Colorado on Friday morning. So we'll see how many videos I can get out over the Christmas season. It might not be a whole lot, but we'll see what I can do. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. You've been listening to Lucas from Mars. Have a great day, everybody, and God bless.